We'll do the countdown.
5, 4, 3.
What's up, you turkeys? Why can I? Oh shit!
Echo.
Start again. We got to start again.
Taking it from the top?
Yeah.
Put that screen back up there.
Oh, that screen.
Nothing happened.
No, you were never
5,
here.
4, 3.
Hello, you turkeys, and welcome to episode 21 of the SideQuest Gaming Podcast, a weekly podcast where four longtime friends get together and talk the shit about video games, television shows, and movies. I am Wes. I am one of your hosts. To my left, you have TJ, who can be found at twitch.tv/SasquatchNugget. Above him is Zach, who can be found at mixer.com/suaspider.
Suaspider.
And right above me, eating the Tide Pods, now is Pascal, who can be...
That's very nice. Why am I always the one? I'm always the one.
Who can be found eating the Tide Pods at mixer.com/itspascal. What's up, guys?
Always me, I swear.
We weren't even talking about
I watched
you.
a video one time about how Tide Pods kill you when you eat them. It's pretty fucked up.
What happens?
It basically burns your esophagus and down into your guts because it's a base, because it's soap, but it's so concentrated that it just eats away your
I was
insides.
going to say, so it's like a concentrated ulcer.
It's like basically like an acid, but it works the opposite way, but it does the same thing.
That's pretty
So,
awesome.
yeah.
It sounds like fun. You guys,
Yeah.
you guys got any?
No, I used my last one.
I hear there's a challenge.
I hear there's also a bird box challenge. Have you heard about that?
I haven't. I've
Somebody's
seen.
already wrecked their car.
I saw a video.
Yeah.
Like I saw a video. I didn't watch it, but I saw that it existed. Explain.
I guess they're kids who are hurting people because they're blindfolding themselves and driving cars around to see if they can do it.
Turn left, boy.
America is awesome.
Right?
Oh, they don't do that kind of shit in Germany.
America. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom!
Here to
Stupid.
save.
Stupid is universal.
It's true.
Maybe.
In Germany, we had a lot of like what we called parking lot kids. They would go on like a retail store parking lot and then with their shitty ass cars and just like rev them up all the time and hang out for like 3 hours and annoy the neighbors.
That's everywhere.
They never do that in
So
America.
it's in Germany. No, in America they have class. They come with their Mustangs and stuff. That's cool.
No. You get shitty little Hondas, man.
Little
Old
rice
shitty
burners.
Hondas.
It's trying to burn out through the parking lot and they end up hitting a fucking light pole.
There was one that set a bush on fire one time at my high school.
Nice.
We leave school, walk out, and there's just a burning bush in the parking lot, just in flames. Called the fire department and everything.
The way it should be.
Mhm.
America, you're right.
I wonder if that was one of the makeshift drill a hole in your muffler and put a spark plug in it and run it to your battery. So every time you rev it up, all the unburnt fumes would hit the spark plug and blow a flame out the
Is
exhaust.
that how they do that shit?
Yes.
Oh, teaching us the ways.
Appreciate the host, Thunder Cheeto. We're just
That is not
bullshitting
a-
right now. Welcome.
It's what we do best.
Yeah.
How are you? We're known for.
Not like we got
Size of
anything
bowls
else
and
to
full of
talk
shit.
about.
Oh, I mean, I heard we had some stuff to talk about, but
Did we?
I don't know. Getting to that, we got to play a game of catch up. So who wants to go first?
Nugget.
Not it.
Nugget gets to go
Okay.
first. We're gonna play catch up, which is
All right.
where we
Uh,
dumbly tell each other what we've done for the last week or two.
Like we
So-
haven't talked to each other at all.
Never.
yeah, the last 2 weeks. What have I done, guys? So we saw some movies in the theater. It's been a while since we've been to a theater, so we
The
had
silver
date day.
screen.
Yeah, date day. Mom took the kid. I was able to get some freedom.
Feet were up on the rail. I saw.
Oh no, it's Regal, man. We got recliners there.
Recliners.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so it's nice recline back.
I have
We
a question
saw-
for you about those
yeah.
recliners. Do you have the problem where you're just chilling there in the theater watching your movie and you shift a little bit and the goddamn recliner goes down?
Yep, goes down
All the time. I can't
like,
put my hand somewhere comfortable without moving that damn recliner up and down.
I don't even put my hands anywhere because I don't want to imagine what has happened on those leather recliners. So my hands stay like up here like this.
Ugh.
Oh man, they stay up on my chest. I don't throw them any. Oh yeah, no. So
every once in a while somebody comes through there with one of those like gym bottles of disinfectant and wipe those things down.
I hope so. And a black light, like you see in the what is it in the when you go get your hair cut at the barber and they put your combs in that little
blue shit
jar and it has the black light in it. Yeah, I hope they run that across it too, like wiping and scanning.
Wait a minute, you mean that water's not actually blue?
No, it's a black light.
Yeah, it is. Some of it's blue.
Oh, is it? Because I know ultraviolet light kills.
I've never been to a barber, but I go to like hairdresser places and they have like actual blue liquid. I always assume it smells like mint.
Yeah,
I don't think it does.
This ultraviolet light shit's new to me.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
You have to Google it. I'm pretty sure it kills.
Next time you go to a barber, take a picture for us.
Why do I go to a barber anymore?
For your beard, not you.
My barber lives with me.
I mean, you said you.
You said
Pascal,
you go to the barber.
You get $30 haircuts. You check.
40.
Oh, fuck, my bad.
Excuse me, look at Mr. Big Bucks over here.
We can't look at Mr. Big Bucks because he won't buy a camera.
He's had the same haircut the whole year we've been doing this.
Actually, it's different now.
You know, he's got a hard part now.
Like, it's like sides are really short and then one side gets like really long, kind of like rock style.
And then, but
the hard part?
Skin, yeah. Where they like draw the line because they
actually and the hair is like long on top, so if you put it over it kind of looks like.
I'm not understanding.
Weird.
I need you to show me what it looks like.
I'll send it
to your camera.
Yeah, I wish. I was okay, man. God, always watch Star Wars. Do this, do that. Buy a webcam. Come on.
Watching Star Wars is asking too much of you at this point.
Yeah,
Mr. I love Star Wars. I can't wait for the next game to come out, but I'm not going to watch the movie for 6 fucking months.
I don't even know anything about these things that's going on in here. They got ships and little guys in white armor. They're pretty cool too.
They remind me of some place.
Mayonnaise in here.
Damn, you guys! He's one of these days when he comes back and like annihilates us for being American. You guys are gonna be the reason. Not me.
Wes is the only one surviving.
Only because I made that statement right now.
Yep.
Because other than that, I give him more shit than anybody.
True.
I'll let you live in my house and bring your Berlin Wall with you.
That's true.
Do you have a piece of the Berlin Wall?
No.
I have a coin. I have a coin commemorating
everybody in Germany.
I used to have a piece of it.
Everybody gets a chunk of it. Every family pass it down. It was generation to generation.
It'll be
rebuild it again.
I don't know about that.
Build the wall. Oh boy. Now see, I saw an article, not to go there, but and I didn't read it, but it was talking about how the German people think that Trump could learn a lesson from the crumbling of the Berlin Wall and not make the same mistakes. And here he is over here talking about build it again.
Mm-hmm.
Bad.
Well, history repeats itself, right?
It's true.
Okay.
Oh man. So, anyways, back to the recliners.
The movies, yeah.
The movies.
What about? Have you ever got one of the bad ones?
Wait a minute. Wait.
The movie starting, and it's like, the whole time.
Oh god, that.
Belinda got one. It was horrible.
The recliner or the? Okay, never mind.
The recliner. Yeah, it was just like the leather was so close together. It was like the whole ride back in her recliner.
Had the movie started yet?
The previews had just started.
No, nobody cares about previews.
Damn.
What'd
you see?
So, first we went and watched Aquaman. So, I, for one, enjoyed Aquaman. I don't know why everybody had such a big problem with it from what I was reading. It sounded like nobody liked it.
Did they say the same shit I said?
I don't remember what you said.
Oh. Nobody cares.
What did you say?
I thought that the first the first quarter of it was cool until Nicole Kidman started doing her version of Darth Maul and doing jump, spin, flip, kick, shoot people with lasers and staffs. Hold on, you asked me what I said.
Was moving around like she didn't have geriatric arthritis.
It looked preposterous. Okay,
it probably wasn't her.
No shit, it still looked preposterous. And then like after that, and they like went down into the sea, and you get to meet all the people, and then Willem Dafoe with his straight face.
Under the sea.
I was like, what are you doing? And then it got good again, and then it got really bad because people were riding giant sea turtles with giant chain leashes on them, like they were getting ready to like rule the world, Aquaman
did
style.
Did they sit on them, or did they ride?
No,
on
they
them
were
like
riding on them like a freaking sled or something. Dude, it was. Look, if you've got an army and it's going to take over the fucking world, I don't need to see grown men with spears riding fucking seahorses. It just doesn't.
What else are they going to ride?
Oh man, in D&D the other night, I killed some goblins that were riding giant seals.
They had sharks with armor on it.
When you ride
the sharks were wearing armor
on a horse, they put armor on them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care.
When I watched,
imagine what's scarier.
They weren't riding the sharks.
A shark with armor. That's like one step away from a shark with a freaking laser beam on its head.
Yes, and a grown army man riding a seahorse looks really cool.
Did he wear fatigues?
Seahorse, not my chair, not my problem.
Seahorses forever. All right, so go ahead. Tell me what you thought about fucking Aqua. I'll tell you though, I thought that the dude, Jason whatever,
Momoa.
Thank you, because I always feel like I say his name wrong, but apparently I don't. I feel like he was awesome in that movie. I really, really do. He was great. And the acting wasn't bad, but some of the visuals I just thought were.
That's what Belinda and I had a problem with, was the CGI, which I was trying to be like, well, it's all CGI. Like, can you imagine, like, that whole movie was pretty much CGI. The amount of time they spent on land was minimal. I mean,
can you imagine getting a shark to wear real armor?
And before you get to like your whole thing, I want to bring up a point that I thought of. I thought that it looked ridiculous at some points, and it really kind of killed the movie for me. Then again, when I was a kid, I watched that Flash Gordon movie, and I've talked about it a couple times on here, where they have the whatever that race of people is with the big angel wings, and they're flying and shit, and that looked so terrible. But I love that movie. I thought it was great because I was a kid, and I just wonder if, like, being a grown adult with like adult problems, maybe it takes away from your ability to enjoy a movie that you would otherwise love.
Let your inner child out.
Maybe, because I think if I was 8 years old, I would have thought that was the best movie in the world, Aquaman. So
you've been running around the house acting like you were riding seahorses and shit.
Yeah.
I should try that right now.
I mean, you go back to He-Man, he armored his tiger. I mean,
yeah, I don't have a problem with like
what tigers are
armored land animals is fine. But
I mean, I had what was it, He-Cat or Battle-Cat? Battle-Cat. I had Battle-Cat.
Battle-Cat was awesome.
Yeah.
I guess he just didn't. It's not Battle Catfish, huh?
Not Battle Cat Horse. That's what I'm saying. Like it looked. I thought it looked. Well, they didn't have armor on the seahorses. Actually, you want to get technical, but I maybe they did. Actually, I don't know. But I don't know. I just feel like if I was 8 to 10 years old, I would think that movie was incredible. And because I'm a cynical old man, I'm like, this looks fucking stupid. But I liked a lot of it. I just didn't like a lot of it.
I mean, to me, I enjoyed it. I'm thinking back to, the way Aquaman commands the sea creatures. I really liked the way they portrayed how he talked to them. So you always go back to thinking, like, some of the comics, they always made fun of Aquaman because he had really no powers, and everybody always made fun of him. And then you bring Jason Momoa in there, and he's ready to just throw down with some people. He don't care who they are. I think they really did some justice for Aquaman in the movie.
I'll give you
that. They
made
him badass.
He was a badass.
You may have had some, problems with the CGI for sure. I struggled with some of the CGI. I know Belinda and I laughed a couple of times when some of it was pretty bad. But all in all, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the final battle. When I don't know if you noticed in the lighthouse, if it's not a spoiler or anything, but it was a big foreshadow, and I called it from like the first 5 minutes of the movie. But there was a H.P. Lovecraft book on the table.
What?
And then if you think about the ending, because I don't want to give it away for anybody else, but you think about the ending and what's guarding things and what gets used in the battle was a pretty awesome foreshadow. I mean, they pan by it and just look right at it. I'm like, H.P. Lovecraft, Cthulhu, what?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. So I think they put some really, really good things in there, and I think they could go good directions. Obviously they're going to continue on. There's no doubt about it. But not knowing a whole lot about Aquaman, because again, I was one of those people who never took him serious either back in the day.
It was almost like he didn't exist for me.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been Barnacle Boy and somebody else for all I do. I can't even think the other guy's name was Barnacle Boy, but
there's evil afoot.
Yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I think I've been trying to go into movies more open-minded instead of closed-minded. Like there's some times when I like to just make fun of a movie. If it just gets so bad, I'll find myself just saying things and
like The Little Mermaid
and snickering. Yes, and Merman and Barnacle
Mermaid
Boy,
Man.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of it, but I gave Aquaman a 7.
Whoa! What did I give it? Like a 4?
I think you gave it a 4 or 5.
Maybe a 5.
You might have went up to a 5 after we all looked at it.
I think I did. I would say, like, I want to hear your comments on this. My favorite parts. What's going on, Husker? My favorite parts were the parts where Aquaman was just kind of out with that girl, kind of on their little quest. The fights that they had, I really enjoyed. But the large scale underwater CGI battle stuff, I just really didn't get into at all. I couldn't.
I'm glad that you brought that up because I'm changing my score.
Ooh.
To an 8.
Ooh.
Yes, because we've talked about this before on Marvel movies. You get Tony Stark and Iron Man, and you get the snarkiness. It works for his character. And then every Marvel movie after that had to try to dig here, dig there, dig, joke, try to make it funny, and they just didn't work half the time. They did a really good job at having witty banter, and they didn't just fling it in your face all the time. You would get a little side comment, every 20 minutes that would make you sort of laugh or snicker.
I really felt like when they focused on the characters, especially the dad. Nicole Kidman as the mom was okay too, but the dad and Jason Momoa and that girl, I can't remember her name, but when they focused on that, which was probably 2/3 of the movie, I thought it went well. I liked it when those scenes were going on and they were together. I also liked the scenes with the bad guy, the single bad guy, the black dude whose dad got killed. I liked the scenes with him, but when it came to the large scale underwater battle type stuff and the big sweeping CGI scenes, I just really didn't care for that at all. So I'm glad you liked it.
There's no way I could. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I went into it just like I said, open minded. I didn't want to let anybody else's what I had read already, with it being out for a while. I didn't want to let that sway me. So Orm was done so well too.
Who the hell is Orm?
Wasn't he the Hobgoblin?
Probably. If it was Willem Dafoe's character, I don't know. Ocean Master. Oh, yeah. I don't disagree, but I remembered him so well because I forgot his name.
I took too much in. I was trying to remember everything because I wanted to talk about it, and I'm so glad the CGI on his mask was amazing. Oh, I thought that too. To Belinda, she didn't even notice it. She just thought it was a mask. She was like, "What are you so impressed about?" I was like, "The mask is contouring with his facial expressions. Like if he got mad and he brought his brow down, the mask went down with it. So it was pretty awesome how they did that. Yeah, I agree, Lizzo.
So you gave it an 8?
Yeah, I'm bumping back up to
that's
an 8.
That's high for you. I don't even think you've given anything a 9, have you?
Yeah, we've had a 9, and I definitely know we had 110. I don't even remember what it was.
I don't think it was a movie.
No, it was a TV show.
What TV show?
I don't remember. One
Was
day.
it Haunting at Hill House?
Probably.
I think it was.
All right, so next.
So then the next one, we went out to lunch, and we had a good lunch, and we went back to the movies.
What'd you have
We-
for lunch?
Oh, well, let me tell you, we had Pepe's Mexican.
Ooh.
I got
Okay,
me
I thought you
some-
meant you had peepees.
Montezuma's Revenge.
That was going weird.
I had some enchiladas with, rice and beans.
Jeez.
Let's see. Then that's all I had. And then we went back to the movie, and I actually went to the bar because Regal has a bar now, and they actually turn you loose with the alcohol.
Mhm.
The last time we visited, you couldn't leave the bar
You had
with
to-
your drink.
yeah.
Now
so
you
you had
can
to get a beer and just down it right there at the bar and
Yes.
then go to the movie?
So when Star
Yeah.
Wars 9 comes out, it's going to be a drunk fest.
yeah, so you can now take your drinks with you. So we went back, we had a few drinks, and then, well, not a few because they were like $9 for a Jack and Coke. So
When Star
but
Wars
that's-
9 comes out, the parking lot's going to be a drunk fest.
What you
But I
gotta do is
was
you gotta get your
okay
camel
with that.
pack, man, and half Jack, half Coke, and then
that's
just
nice.
slurp
Yes.
it in there.
Yeah,
There you go.
I was okay with it though because it's a little more expensive than bar prices. But when I got parched and I went and bought a water for $5.75 for a 20-ounce water, $9 for a Jack
Just give
and
me a
Coke wasn't
beer.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did that, and then we went and watched Bumblebee,
Ooh.
and I must say that was another one I enjoyed.
Wahlberg
I
was in this,
enjoyed-
right?
Negative.
No? Okay.
No, it had
John Cena. Yeah, yeah,
John
yeah.
Cena.
Okay.
yeah, you can't see me. Can't see me, Cena. Yeah, it had John Cena in it. You learn a little bit of origin from Bumblebee. You learn his name. I didn't know his. I had no clue. I hadn't seen, like I said, a lot of these like comics and things that we had done. I hadn't seen in forever, but I think they call him back on Cybertron B127. So then he gets nicknamed by the chick in the movie. He gets his name, and you learn a little bit about why he doesn't talk. You learn a little. You get to see the war waging on Cybertron, which the opening was badass. I thoroughly enjoyed. Interesting.
I'm just so much not a Transformers fan.
Was
Oh,
this
really?
movie much like the other Transformers? Because, I mean, it's not. Is it considered part of that old series?
It's leading up to it.
Is it?
Yeah, you get to see why he's a Camaro instead of a VW Bug now. So he's a VW Bug in this one, and he becomes the Camaro, which is what Wiki gets.
So it
him
is in the
as.
same line. Then it's not. It's not like any
It's a
kind of.
prequel in the current universe of Transformers.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
I
I
lack
like
for
the-
words.
I lack for listening. I was just sitting there trying to like comprehend like how to answer that question. I'm glad we got Zach here. He could
I'm
translate
a
between the two of us.
translator.
That's right.
I
So,
bring ideas together.
Pascal,
if
you're
you do
muted.
watch it, pay attention to on Cybertron. They look different than what they do on Earth. They
What
actually
does that
have.
mean?
They actually, in like the cartoon,
They
how
have
they have
shadows.
faces. They have like faces on the
Mhm.
cartoon. That's how they did that on Cybertron. And then when they were on Earth, they were more like robotic looking.
Hmm.
So I don't know if there was armor that they were portraying on them in the battle, is why that looks so different.
Hmm.
But there was a difference between their looks on Cybertron compared to being on Earth.
Weird.
It also is not your full-on always action typical Star Wars movie. There's oh my god, there's a Norwal. It definitely had a story between Bumblebee and his new friend that he meets. that brings him back to life. There's ghost narwhals. Oh, this one's bad. This mixer is going to be the death of me. I'm not going to be able to concentrate like the whole time I'm talking. So
Guys, don't feed the animals.
On Bumblebee, I'm going to go ahead. I'm giving it another 8. I enjoyed it.
Wow.
Yeah, I had fun. So you could take your 6 down there and go home. I don't
Damn.
agree with you one bit, but
Take that,
I'm
Cheeto.
giving that one
An 8, that's high.
Yeah.
yeah. I enjoyed it.
Better CGI than
had
Aquaman?
fun. Yes.
I will
Yes.
say that I think the Transformers movies have always had solid CGI.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was solid CGI. I did like, and I'm going to go out on a limb and just like talk about something I don't even know, but I'm pretty sure Michael Bay had nothing to do with this one because there were like no big explosions and there were no
just
like
getting old.
there were no models that had to
No.
portray the female characters in it.
It was Travis Knight was the
Okay.
director.
So I'm glad that they finally like portrayed you didn't have to have a 10 hot chick be in your character. They went with yo ho ho bottle of rum. They went,
Pirates?
average to above average. Pirates are always average, man.
What was that Fox girl's name? What was her first name?
Megan.
Megan Fox. Ugh.
Yeah.
She's in New Girl.
What?
What?
Am I way? I'm
But
way behind. then.
she's not like
It's
a main
not
character,
immediate-
though, right?
I mean, she's kind of an important character for like a season and a half or 2 seasons.
What season?
Oh,
Oh
it
man,
has to be like 7.
it's later. It's
Okay.
definitely later.
I'm
but...
only on 3, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm giving it an 8. I enjoyed it and I had fun. What else did we do? We played a lot of PUBG. I'll skip around to the games. We
Were
played
you
some
talking about a
PUBG.
simple favor too? You mentioned that before.
Yeah.
we started up.
Yeah, and the mermaid.
Oh yeah, no, I'm skipping around. I'm
Okay.
coming back to those.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta give those a break. They need some build up to how awesome PUBG runs. So nothing's changed in the PUBG world. I played with Zach and we had some really good games. I don't think we had any chicken dinners, but we kept getting second place.
I understand. I'm sorry that I screwed that one up.
And I'm not letting him live it down.
Were you
So
alive
he-
at that point?
So Zach had the bloodlust to this day, and I don't know. I'm just kidding. Zach didn't know he didn't know we were in the second place. Like he didn't realize it was 3v3 or 4, I believe. It was
Yeah,
us versus another full team.
I thought there were
and-
more teams out there, so I
Yeah,
went to
he-
make the day-saving play to open up the world for everyone else and got everyone killed.
Yeah. So he runs down out in the open. Me and
Nothing but a
Greg-
grenade in my hand.
Me and Greg are up on the hill trying to find these dudes, and then all hell breaks loose. They take him down. I'm pretty sure at one point Greg and I are fighting him, trying to save his life, and I believe halfway through I realize I might be able to get down there and save him, so I go charging halfway down the hill because that's what I do. I can't stand to not save somebody or get somebody up. And Greg goes down, so now I'm torn between the two, and then they realize I'm the only one up, and I'm pretty sure four of them rush out as I'm getting on. No, Greg was still up because I was starting to get Zach up, and we got murdered.
Annihilated.
They jumped out of the house and just destroyed us. So, but we got quite a few. We're getting really good as a team. When we have I feel like key players playing, we are pretty much staying in like top 5 finishes.
Mm-hmm.
If something screwy doesn't go on, you can't ever help when you're running down a hill and start shooting somebody and then another full squad comes up behind you. So I don't really count those when we're out in like 80th place because those are not normal. We're getting very good as a team. I don't think I've played anything else. In 2 weeks, what else have I done? Worked. I think that's it. We got 2 more movies that I watched. Oh, I've been getting back on care package incoming. I've been getting back into watching Arrow. So I've been
Okay.
watching that on Netflix. I'm up to season 6 or 7, I believe. So it's still it's a good show. I enjoy it every time I watch it. So I can't wait to see where they're going to keep going with some of the new characters that I've been meeting along the way. So if you get a chance to watch
Peter's out.
How does it?
I haven't watched it myself, but I know some people who are really into all the superhero TV shows and everything. You said Arrow started off good and then just kind of straight off a cliff.
I could see it, especially like sometimes I struggle with the fight scenes because as the Arrow and him not really having any superpowers other than not having any superpowers, really good with a bow. The whole fight scenes just become mundane. The same thing. He's going to roll over this guy. He's going to choke out this guy. He's going to shoot this guy with an arrow.
Hardcore parkour, shoot.
It's pretty much that, and you just sort of see the same. I feel like I've seen one fight. I've seen them all now. So, but they keep going. I mean, they keep going. There's some interesting plot twists that keep that show interesting to me. I always have to go back because now I got to know, well, what's going to happen? Why did they get rid of this person and now that person's back? And what is their role playing in the whole thing? I enjoy the crossovers when they bring Flash into it and Supergirl. Those are pretty good episodes.
Supergirl.
So I don't have a rating because I'm not
sexist.
Because I'm obviously still watching. And then we'll go back to the other two movies I had because I'm going to be done after that. We watched The Little Mermaid. Netflix original, I believe.
Are you sure it was a Netflix original?
If not, it came really quickly to being on Netflix. I thought it was going to be a musical. It's definitely
would have been better if it was.
I think they could have done something if it would have been more of a musical type. They had a interesting story starting out, and
tell us about it.
Like it just gets wanky, man.
Give us a plot. Is this the same Little Mermaid, like with Ariel and Under the Sea? Was Flounder in it? Or does this?
So this all pretty much takes place on land. This is not. It's not Ariel. She already has been cursed. Whatever the land curse is, he has her soul, and she's in a circus.
Okay. I want to. The reason I want to make sure that we watch the same one. Crazy wizard guy in a hat, right?
Yeah.
That
he's the ringleader of the circus.
Could be a good actor, and then he starts talking, and you're like,
oh, I just thought he was horrible, and I wanted to punch him in the face.
Yeah. So I think from what I heard, and I don't know if it's 100% true because I didn't fact check it, but I was told that this was like the original, like based on the original story called The Little Mermaid, not what Disney purchased and turned into what they, did.
Right.
So I don't know.
And it could be because they show that book several times in the movie. Like the Little Mermaid book. They keep going back to a picture of it throughout the movie.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, Disney gets like a movie, right? And then they turn into completely something different, like Star Wars, right? Star Wars, anybody? Star Wars?
Damn. I mean, I can't really argue with that a little bit. Casino Planet things. Okay, anyway. All right, so Little Mermaid, the chick's already cursed and she's in a circus and she's a mermaid.
Yeah, and so in this circus or in this town is some healing water going around being sold from a cart, and somebody goes to write about it, a news article about it, and then of course finds the mermaid, and then
did you recognize that guy, the journalist, the investigator, the newspaper guy?
I want to say I did, but I can't remember.
He was one of the kids in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in those movies.
Okay, no, then I didn't recognize him from that. Mermaid P. Oh.
Gobble gobble.
So yeah, we finished it out. I must say they did a better job than The Rock. So I gave The Little Mermaid a 3.
No. I really, really, really want to talk about this. A
I
3.
don't
That's
wanna talk about it,
horrible. What went wrong with this movie? Because when I watched it,
what went wrong with me was the fact that it wasn't what I was expecting.
well, was the premise of the movie at the very beginning, the story, the way they presented the story, did you go, okay, this could be good?
Yes.
Okay, what happened? Because I can tell you what happened for me, but I want to hear what you think. Like, what
I feel like
what
it
ruined
got
this
railroaded.
movie?
It got railroaded with like, first we're going here to look for this cure, and I know in the back of his head he was thinking, if it is a cure, I can give it to my, what was it, his niece?
Yeah.
I could give it to my niece and save her life. But I don't believe in any of that type stuff. But then I go to the circus wanting to believe, like, it just got railroaded, and they got so far off of like anything I felt like was pertinent.
What about the acting?
There was acting.
I feel I see what you're saying with the story. I feel like the writing was horrible and the acting was like 10 times worse.
Yes, it was in the beginning. It was like they said, you know what? This isn't a bad script. And then they got into where it got railroaded. I can't even tell you how many different places they went in a matter of one day. That should have been a span of like a week.
Remember when half the circus people helped the mermaid escape and they're getting chased by the rest of the circus people on like a train or some shit, and then the one circus person sacrifices himself so that they could get away? The acting in that entire whole scene, I was just like, what is going on right now? I feel like I'm fucking high.
Horrible. The wolf dude was like, I'm about to go die for you, but the whole time he was like this. I'm so happy that I'm going to die.
It was
like,
so bad.
He was so, yes. I think about a quarter of the way in, I think the actors and actresses gave up and was just like, whatever, let's just read this script. I don't need to learn it.
It was bad.
Hold a cue card up in front of me and I'll just read from that.
And then she's like, I'll just go get in the water real quick.
Yeah, it was bad. So I would give it a 3. I couldn't even stomach to try to move it up to a 4.
No.
But I also couldn't drop it as low as The Rock.
I'm gonna have to watch. Was that Rampage that was so bad?
It was Rampage.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I can't imagine Rampage being worse than The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid's the worst movie I've seen in a really long time.
But you gotta understand though, when it comes to The Rock, when I go to watch a movie with The Rock in it, I hold him up on a pedestal.
Well, that might be your fault because I don't think of many Rock movies where I'm like, you know what? I can't wait to see that fucking movie with The Rock in it because it's gonna be really good.
Walking Tall?
It's okay. It's good.
Wait,
Walking Tall is probably his best movie.
Like 1,000 times. What's the one where he goes to an island with that other guy? He has to go pick him up.
With Sean William Scott or whatever.
Yes,
I haven't seen that.
I've watched that one like 7 or 8 times.
Isn't that a remake of something?
I don't remember. Walking Tall is definitely a remake.
No, it was, but then we're talking like Jumanji, Fast and Furious, Scorpion King. Not like The Departed or Forrest Gump here. So
I'm glad we brought it up though, because I did watch The Scorpion King last night. Yeah.
There goes
I
the
could throw my
dog's
score
big
out
brown
on that.
butthole.
I didn't even think about scoring that one, so I'm just going to pop one off the top of my head and give The Scorpion King from 2002 a 6.
I saw it in the theater.
Go
Pretty
with that.
solid movie.
Yeah, I can go with that.
$1 theater.
Yeah.
Better than expected.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Not as good as the Mummy movies that spawned it, but
good in its own
Yeah,
right.
because wasn't he an actual like scorpion in the Mummy movies? Like it was a scorpion with the Rock's face on it.
it was. It was
kinda
a
weird.
like a centaur.
That was like the third one, right?
Yeah.
No, that was.
It had to
Was
be
it
at
the
least the second or third one.
Maybe it was the third one, and then the fourth one was the one where they went to
There was a fourth.
at the mountains with the Yetis.
Oh, and the Yetis like carried, or they? Oh man,
Like they went to Nepal.
Oh, I'm looking this
Yeah.
up. I don't
and the
know.
Yetis threw snowballs at the palace that was up in the snow or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember that.
There was a fourth Mummy movie? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I think it might have been the third one. I didn't know there was a fourth. Wasn't the fourth one with his son? They had a kid together.
Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
That's the third one. That's the third one.
Yeah, the third one. I'm pretty sure they go to Nepal and there's some Yetis.
So there's not a fourth one though.
No, the fourth one would be the redone one, if it counts as the same like redone universe
with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
So the Mummy Returns, I guess, was the Scorpion King.
Yes, believe so.
Yeah, with that horrible, awful, so bad CGI face of The Rock on a scorpion's body.
It was pretty bad.
That was horrible.
But necessary.
If it wouldn't have been for that. Yeah, sorry. That was a quick one we threw in there. And then the last movie I watched was A Simple Favor. So that movie was sort of wild.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed a lot of the plot twists. Every time I thought I had something figured out, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then one thing that I did have figured out, I turned myself off of and said, no, it can't be that. And it ended up being that.
What's this movie about?
Well, the main part you need to know is just about Anna Kendrick kissing Blake Lively.
Hey, I'm in.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that.
So yeah, it's an Anna Kendrick movie and Blake Lively, and let's see, Anna Kendrick has lost her husband, and she meets this mom who's like, I guess they're living rich. I don't want, they're living rich, and everybody like is scared of the rich mom, who is Blake Lively, and then they become like friends, and then secrets get told, and the plots just go from there.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where you really can't give a lot away or you ruin it, because it's all about the twists.
Yeah,
I think. Belinda's here.
Is that
What's in there?
What's in the mug? Is it drugs?
What's in the box?
She made me a mug brownie.
I see a cat.
Ooh.
Is that fire?
What?
Fire.
I don't know. What the hell she just put in there?
Fire!
It was orange. I saw something fucking glowing.
There's just a glass of milk behind it.
I know what I saw.
What'd you think of like the tone or the acting in the movie throughout the whole thing? Like I had a problem where it seemed like the movie couldn't decide if it wanted to take itself seriously or be extremely campy.
Yeah, I could see that, and the reason why I sort of agree with you is I think for me, the way I feel like it wasn't taking itself serious is because it's the first time I've really seen Anna Kendrick in a serious role. I always kept waiting for something funny to happen, but they're one-liners, I guess, were like cliche. Like you could almost see them coming from a mile away.
Incredibly cliche that it just made it so campy, but at the same time, all the subject matter of the movie was so serious, and it turned me off of the movie when I saw it. Like I didn't like the way those two things juggled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. So what else? You can't really talk about this movie, especially if people haven't seen it, because from what I've told you guys, is like the bare bones of what you could say without ruining anything.
It's in the theater right now, right?
No,
it's out of it's on DVD now.
Oh, nice.
I would check it out if you're a fan of Gone Girl.
No,
I would. You didn't like Gone Girl?
Never watched it.
Oh well, I mean, you can't say no if you just haven't watched it. It's a great movie. You should get your hands on Gone Girl as soon as possible.
And I'm going to go ahead and say, since you brought up Gone Girl, Sharp Objects on HBO, which was written by the same person that did, you need to watch it. It's really fucking good.
I know.
Go ahead, Pascal.
Oh, I was just about to say, like, my taste in movie, like, you all have such a huge variety of movies you watch and you're open to watch. I'm just like, boring.
Don't be a postal worker.
Like I didn't even watch the Avengers movie. So I'm like,
well,
that's
as far as I'm concerned, you're not missing anything.
You know, it's just like same with I don't know. Star Wars I should have watched earlier. I give you guys that because I would have, we had the discussion. We could have had that earlier, but I don't know. I'm gonna watch this because there's a lot of movies you guys said, like you suggested, and I think I should just, I think I don't know which it was, but I watched one I think shortly after for a little bit, and I was like, oh, they're actually pretty good. So I guess I have to listen to you guys a little bit more about movies.
Yeah, I think that's where my scores. Yeah, I think that's where like the scores come from. Is just knowing I've watched a lot of movies and also watched a lot of movies that I normally wouldn't watch, like Little Mermaid. I really never
really wasn't
the only reason. Yeah, the only reason I watched Little Mermaid is because my wife was watching it, and I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And well, we have a hard time watching movies together at home because I like to. And she can't get with that when she's watching a movie. She's always hitting me and telling me to shut up. And then sometimes turning the movie off and getting up and going upstairs and watching it because I don't shut up. But this one, she actually started making fun of The Little Mermaid about 3/4 of the way through it. She started talking shit about it. And that's when I knew it was not just me. It was really bad. So she don't do that.
Yeah, I struggled with rating A Simple Favor, so I just put it at 6. I was going to give it a 5, but man, they kept like it's hard to fool me. So when you do that really well, I gave it a 6 just because it.
Did you consider the Anna Kendrick kissing Blake Lively for that?
That may have gave it an extra point too. It was probably like a 4.
I was hoping that would take it to a 7. I might think about watching it, but
nah, I'd call it a 7. I'd give it a 6.5 to a 7. Yeah, like even though I didn't care much for the campiness or the way they juggled the two feels for the whole movie and all the clichéness, I still think it was a solid, well done movie.
Like a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You definitely need to watch it. Don't let the 6 fool you.
Well, don't give it a fucking 4.
It is. I didn't give it a 4.
You gave it a 5 and then upped it to a 6 because they were kissing.
No, for the plot twist. I said I gave it a 4, and then they kissed.
But you said the kissing. Yeah, exactly.
Kind of equals the same.
One or the other. It's worth a point. Yeah. Okay.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is a 6. You still need to watch it.
Okay.
And that's all I got, guys. That's all I did. Yeah, I watched you guys play some games. All 3 of you, I think, streamed in the last 2 weeks, so that was fun. So I'm gonna let Wes take it away.
One of these things is not like the other. Somebody else needs to stream.
Yeah.
Anyway, my part's gonna be really, really short. I played a little bit of Forza Horizon 4. Don't really have a whole lot to say other than I played and I raced and I won and I lost and got lots of cars and lots of wheel spins, and Pascal and I traveled to the new island. What is it called, Pascal? Adventure Island or some shit?
Fortune Island.
Fortune Island, and we found some fortune and fame and lots of jumps, and it was fun. And
how much does that cost?
$19.
Worth it. I would say it's worth it.
Yeah,
I really would. And I don't like DLC like that, but I'll tell you what, that's one it's a huge island, first of all, but compared to the whole map, it's rather compact, I guess, and there is a lot of fun packed into that small amount of space. But I also went and played I had planned on playing the Assassin's Creed Origins DLC, The Curse of the Pharaohs, and the Hidden Ones. Turns out I don't have the Hidden Ones, but I thought I did. And Curse of the Pharaoh, I was about 10 levels too low to really hit the recommended level part. So I just started doing some random leveling. I've already beat the game. Like, I beat the game months ago. And I think I was like level 35, level 34 when I beat the game. I need to be level 44 for Curse of the Pharaoh. So for the last week, I've played Origins, and I tell you what, I was kind of tired of the game when I quit playing it after I beat it. but it's like I've been completely renewed and invigorated with the game. Tons of shit to do, tons of shit I still hadn't seen.
Did you know that you could skip automatically 10 levels and it will not affect achievements whatsoever?
Did you know that it does affect achievements? And I thought that was lame, so I didn't do it.
It does?
It says that if you do it, some achievements may be unlocked later than normal, like than it says.
Yeah, I think
It's like a contra code. Like,
no, there's a quest that they put out, I guess, after all the DLCs were out, so that you could get up to where you needed to be if you bought like the gold edition or some shit. Basically, it jumps you up to level 45 if you do the quest, but I didn't want to do that. I felt that was kind of cheating and lame, and I thought about it twice, but then I decided not to do it. You're shoveling a giant heap of poop into your mouth. What is that?
Ugh.
brownie.
Yeah.
Mug brownie. Is that like a homemade mug brownie, or is that a mug brownie from a package?
Oh.
From a package.
Okay.
Played a lot of Assassin's Creed Origins over the last week. Really fell back in love with that game. It's a better game than I remember. I still miss the old combat system compared to the new, but what a fantastic game, especially as far as exploration goes. It's so fun to go into those tombs. You don't know what the hell you're going to find and how you're going to what you're going to have to do to find it. Just really fun, really well done, and I enjoyed that game. And I'll be playing it later tonight on Mixer, so there we go. My dogs are making so much noise. They want it out, now they want in. It's like, make up your mind.
I haven't heard anything.
Well, that's good, because I can, and it's driving me nuts. Then that's really, I think, all that I played that I can remember. I watched, and I only watched one thing, and it was actually tonight, so it's fresh in my mind. My wife was really pushing for me to watch this show called Project Blue Book, and I don't like to watch a lot of TV shows and movies and stuff. I don't want to take the time to do
stuff.
Yeah. But then when I watch them, I enjoy them. So it's kind of like this thing. It's like, no, why do you do this to me? Because I've got this stuff I want to do, but then you make me watch this shit. It's always so good. She She talked me into watching Project Blue Book tonight. I watched the first 2 episodes. Episode 3 actually airs tonight, so it's a very new show. But it's kind of like first of all, it's based all on true stories. There
are no aliens.
They're based on true stories. It doesn't mean everything is true, and nobody said anything about aliens. But that's kind of the line they like to take, is there are no aliens. Anyway, it's set in the like 1950s, and it's based on investigations that the United States Air Force did on UFOs and I wouldn't say paranormal activity, but like just strange things like the Flatwoods monster in West Virginia and shit like that. It's got some dude from the Vampire Diaries in it. Can't remember his name. And then it's got Littlefinger, Aidan Gillen from Game of Thrones in it, is kind of the main character. It's actually based on the character that he plays. It's based on his investigations that he did for the Air Force. Take care, Yankees. Have a good night. It's kind of lower budget than most top tier shows, but I really liked it. It's very much like the X-Files, where one character is clearly there to not let the truth get out and to disprove, the things that they're seeing, and another character is there to be honest and report what they're finding, where the other one is not really trying to suppress what they're finding, but he's trying to find other logical explanations so that they can close cases and move on, and everything's fine, and the Air Force can say there's nothing here, keep moving, right? So it's got a very Scully and Mulder type dynamic to it, and they do it well. And it's very conspiracy theorists. And in the first 2 episodes, there is at least one good oh shit moment, because I was sitting there listening, and the guy said, and I remember the quote because I was watching, and then I was like, oh shit, because some crazy shit happened. So when you hear the term or the dialogue, What did he say? You just stick to the science because that's what you know, and I'll stick to the psychology, and then there will be nothing that comes out of the sky that we can't explain. And then some crazy shit happened, like right at the end of the episode, that literally made me jump out of my chair and scream, "Oh shit!" First 2 episodes in, 3rd episode came on tonight. I'll probably try to find it as soon as we get off of here, or after I get done streaming at least. So far, I really like it. I mean, I don't like, you can't really rate a show after its first 3 episodes, but so far, I'll go 7, 8 out of 10. I like it. I would definitely keep watching it. I'm going to keep watching it. I enjoy it quite a bit. So good shit. And that's it. That's it for me. I listened to a really good podcast. If anybody ever liked professional wrestling,
Side Quest?
Yeah, that one. If anybody ever liked professional wrestling as a kid, there is a podcast called Something to Wrestle With. And it's by this guy named Conrad something and Bruce Pritchard. And the particular one that I listened to this week was about the Macho Man Randy Savage. And oh yeah. Well, they normally their podcasts are from an hour and a half to 2 hours each week. And Bruce Pritchard basically is the guy being interviewed, and he was an employee for the WWF for a very, very long time at a high level on the creative side of things, and so he has very good insight and stories. But the one that they did, and it's not even new, it's like over a year old, but I listened to the one about the Macho Man Randy Savage, and it was like 4 hours and 10 minutes long, so I listened to it over the course of a couple of days. If you ever enjoyed professional wrestling or anything that the Macho Man ever did, well worth a listen. Very good shit. Kept me entertained and intrigued the entire time. So with that, I'll have to pass it on to the German, because that's all I've done.
To the German, I didn't do a lot of stuff either, guys.
You streamed. You got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. I was sick, actually, to the point where I couldn't do anything. Like, I don't know what I had, but at my work, one of the guys that we hired, I'm basically in an enclosed office all day, and he was sick, and I told him he's gonna get me sick. I sent him home early, but it ended up me getting sick too, and I didn't feel like playing games. But once I recovered, had my off days, I started streaming. I had, actually before I got really sick, I had my first ever stream, and I think it was amazing. Like, I had a lot of people that are partnered up from the Battlefield community join and follow and help me get up in the directory. It's awesome. Like, it got to the point where I got really hyped to stream again. Sadly, I got sick, like I said, and had on yesterday my second stream, basically, which I think went well. I mean, I only streamed for like 2 hours, and then I streamed a little bonus stream for like an hour, which I had like 1 or 2 viewers that ended up joining my game, which is always fun. But I actually enjoyed, because all of the people that I met through playing Battlefield throughout the years, they're all very supportive of what I'm doing. You guys are very supportive and give me tips, and it's, I think it helps me a lot, interacting, networking with a lot of different people, and it actually got me really hyped. Like, I don't really have a goal, like when I want to stop or what I'm gonna want to achieve from it. Right now, I'll just, ride the wave and see how far we go, and if it's not gonna turn out great, then at least I had fun on the ride, right? So,
There you go.
other than that, I played a lot of Battlefield, obviously. I just can't stop playing that game. I don't know why.
Can't stop, won't stop.
No, it's like this love-hate formula with that game. Like, there's bugs, there are glitches, there's stuff that I don't agree with, but it's the gameplay, the gunplays of it, so skill-based now compared to the other Battlefields that, you just keep on want to play. Especially when you play with, like, when I streamed, I had actually a few of my Battlefield guys playing with me, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. We were like always top leaderboards, like top 3 people of the games, always top squads. It was amazing. Other than that, I played like with Wes, like he said, had fun. I do think for $19, it was on sale cheaper, I think, a little bit, but I do think it's worth it just based on the content. And if I see what other companies do for $19, there's well enough content in it that, in my eyes, is warranted.
I would agree.
It's a lot of fun. The one thing, and I think Wes agrees with me, which I think is a cheap shot, is there is this little story they have, which is a continuation of the normal Horizon stories, which is called Drift Club. In the Drift Club story, they have all those cars, and they're like the tuned up kind of hoonigan, it's Formula Drift cars. That's what it was. And you're like, oh, that looks nice. Well, to have them in game, you can buy the Formula Drift car.
You get to play them though. You get to play them in that series.
In that story thing, you can play him and test drive him, I guess. But if you really like him, you can pay, I don't know, $10 or something to get the car pack.
That doesn't really bother me.
No, but it's only the story, and the whole expansion itself, aside from the story, has a bunch of cars that you get for free, and they're obtainable. And you get like, I don't know, I think when you finish it, you get like 10 million. I think each chest is like 1 million. There's little treasure hunts you can do with like riddles, and you have to do little challenges for it, and then you can drive through a chest and you get like $1 million credits. So it's pretty nice. So basically, it's Fortune Island. If you get off that island, you go back to the main area, you have a shit ton of money, which is kind of cool because some people want to buy the houses and not glitch their way through. Like Wes and I are the same. We don't use like those infinite XP or money glitches people do. We don't do any exploits in those kind of games.
A lot of people do that shit.
Yeah. And we don't do it. We had fun. We played it. Played Pro Evolution Soccer. Still like the game. Don't even mind that the teams are not licensed as usual. Players are. It just plays amazing. And that's about pretty much what I played. I played a little bit Origins because Wes streamed it, and I was high level enough to go into a zone he couldn't go in, and I really wanted to check it out. That was fun. I was trying to rush through that a little bit. Movies, I didn't really watch any movies. I watched Shutter Island.
Oh, good movie.
Island.
And after watching it the second time now, I think I figured out the ending perfectly. And I love it. It's kind of like what is the other movie he did that was kind of like a mind
Inception.
Yeah. The dream in a dream in a dream kind of stuff. No, it was awesome. I like Shutter Island. Watch Supernatural more. We're almost done with season 7. Still hyped on it.
How many times have you watched that show?
Supernatural, like from the first some episodes more, but I stopped at the most recent season, and now I stopped watching it because I want to get with my girlfriend basically on that level to where I was.
Girlfriend.
Yeah, get on
server. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so I'm just happy that she likes it because it's like my favorite show. Like everybody has like favorite kind of shows, and that show is just my favorite show.
It's like I'm just happy that she likes it because if she didn't, I might have to dump that bitch.
Yeah, and we watched another show that I never even.
He said, "Yeah." He didn't say no.
I mean, come on. Obviously, I'm not gonna dump her. She wouldn't like that. I mean, no, we watched the Netflix show. It's now an original, but it wasn't at the beginning. Like they bought the rights to it to make a second season. It's a show called You.
Hey, I just started to watch You,
and we finished that. And at first, I was like, "What the hell is she watching? This is so stupid." And then I just kind of like, you know how it is. West Freud also just kind of like look over the shoulder and like, "Oh, I might stay here."
I call that watching by proxy.
Yeah, I was sitting here listening to it going on, and wandered into the room and sat down and watched like 3 episodes straight.
Yeah, and like we're done with that now, and like I'm actually really looking forward to the second season.
Oh, I have something else to say when you're done. Then go ahead.
Yeah, and it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. It's like one of those shows. Like she watches sometimes the weirdest shows where I'm just, what the hell is she watching in there? And I go there and then sit down and like, oh man, it's actually pretty cool. So yeah, that took me by surprise for sure.
What's it about?
It's basically about a stalker / killer kind of guy. Like it's pretty cool. Like pretty brilliant acting. Like he's kind of like a maniac, like a crazy stalker. it's really interesting though. Like it's out of like he narrates like what he thinks in his head all the time. You know, it's like, oh well, if you didn't know that I did this and blah 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 and blah blah. And it's really funny in a way, but then you kind of think about like, oh man, that is creepy, dude. Like, but it's really interesting. Like, I think the production value of the plot is pretty like high. I mean, they, you know, how they like kind of do the little, you know, storyline. It's pretty neat.
I had a lot of damn moments just in the first couple episodes.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, kind of cool. But yeah, I think, you know, I didn't want to like rush into this whole like, you know, what I did in the last week, but it really wasn't that much. But yeah, if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's pretty interesting. It's not that long either. I don't remember. I think it's like only 10 or 12. There's not a lot of episodes. And when I watched it, I not once had the feeling like, oh, I wish this episode is over. Like, it wasn't like that. It was always kept you going. Like, oh, you know.
The episodes felt long though because they do so much in them.
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel long in a bad way.
Yeah, like you feel. I feel like you. It's a good thing to watch like one or two, and then, you know, go to something different, and then, you know, next day one or two. Like, you know, but you could binge watch it, but. Yeah, I mean, how long are they? Like 45
episodes. They're 45 minutes, but they feel like they're maybe an hour and a half each.
Yeah, but it feels like a good hour.
Yeah.
To me. So, but yeah, other than that, guys, I mean, I really don't remember anything that stood out other than streaming, which again, I did back in the day, and it's been a while.
And now you're back at it.
Yeah. I played Twitch on Twitch Battlefield 3 or 4. And I remember I even bought an Elgato that I think I've ended up giving to TJ here. I don't know, like Mixer's a complete different thing, and the whole interaction that I had already, it's just a complete different level, which I like. Like, people are like, I feel like even if they're younger, they act more calm and mature here in a way, like more forgiving. They're like, hey man, no stress. Or like, especially when I play Battlefield, I can like instantly answer a question, you know. I try my best, but you know, I don't want to suck, you know, because who wants to watch somebody who just dies constantly and is like the lowest on the leaderboard? It's not really entertaining unless you're really entertaining guy, and I'm not that entertaining, right? So in that matter, so but no, it's just completely different, and I enjoy it. So the people I met on Mixer, they're all straightforward, helping each other out. Like, I can go to a random person now on Mixer to say hi, you know, and you know, hey, it's doing, oh, you know, just, you know, doing this, setting this up, and like, oh yeah, man, and blah blah, I need to check it out, or like, I don't even I don't advertise myself ever really.
If you're asking them how to set something up, that's kind of
well, whatever. It's like people that I already watched for a while though. It's not like I just go random stream. Hey, do you know how do you set this up?
Like, hey, random streamer. Such a nice stream you have here. I wonder what happens to be your video settings in OBS.
No,
I don't stream or anything.
Do you have a super quiz?
Hello, fellow streamer.
No. Now just for instance, I don't even remember that dude's name, but I was just randomly watching this dude. He had like 2 or 3 viewers, and I was just saying hi to him. I followed him, but I don't call his name right now off the bat. But he was playing Fallout 76 after a patch. And we were just randomly talking, and he just straight up asked me if I'm a streamer myself. And it's like, oh, I'm thinking about it. I don't know yet. And he just gave me, you know, little tips what he does and stuff. I didn't, you know, advertise myself, and he dropped me a follow and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, damn. Like,
follow for a follow.
I didn't. Yeah, I know. But, you know, just to like see what, you know, I'm doing. And he's not a partner by any means, but I thought his way of how he did the stream was like interactive, you know, like the same Wes is, and you know, everybody that I met so far. But yeah, so other than that, man, nothing. That's pretty boring. It's almost like I turn into the TJ. Just my PUBG is Battlefield now. So I guess I have no more room to talk, really.
That's right.
About him only playing PUBG.
Well, I'm going to jump in real quick. And since you were talking about over-the-shoulder viewing, or viewing by proxy, I watched the first episode of the Lizzie Borden Chronicles today because my wife was watching it.
What is that?
It's about Lizzie Borden. Apparently, it was a Lifetime miniseries, 8 episodes. I was surprised to find out it was on Lifetime. I just found that out by looking it up on IMDb. I thought it was a Netflix original because it's pretty fucking graphic. But apparently Christina Ricci reprises her role as Lizzie Borden from a movie that she did in like 2014. And this is continuing that story. Very obviously it's set a long time ago, but the music and the way that the film is presented is very modern.
That weirds me out.
Yeah, it did me at first too, and I got used to it along the way, but I mean, I kind of felt it was just very in your face, and it was kind of weird at first, but after a while I kind of got into it. Not a bad show. I would keep watching it. I don't want to like definitely worth watching so far after the first episode. She watched 2. I didn't pay that much attention to the second one because I was trying to chop up last week's podcast and upload it, but it just didn't happen. Or the week before last, I should say. Anyway, that's it. Back to you, Pascal, with the news.
Punisher has some new season out now.
Ooh.
Hey, I watched the first episode of season 2 with having never watched any other episode of Punisher.
Why not watch episode of season 1
Yeah.
McKenna's watched all, and she was out there watching that, so I watched
What
the
did you
girlfriend
think,
watches the
Eric?
Punisher.
She's watched all the Marvel TVs.
She's a real
She's
badass.
pretty fucking cool.
right.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
I watched the first 2 episodes. I thought they were pretty good.
There you go.
And it's still got Shane from The Walking Dead.
Why are we
right?
doing a video
Little
game
Punisher.
podcast and all we talk about is TV shows now?
Because we're all stuck on playing the
Because
same
it's all
video games.
nerdy. Talk nerdy to us.
Whatever. Ooh, talk nerdy to us. I
Mm.
like that.
Just, can we? Is it too late to change the podcast name?
I know, right? We've changed it too
Yeah,
many times.
That's a good one.
So that was
Damn
my
it.
week. Uneventful. So I'm pretty sure Zach had a more eventful week than I did or Wes did. So
Can
How
I
do
jump
you
in and
assume
interrupt you?
that? Yeah, go for it.
sure.
What did you think about? Well, did anybody see Bumblebee?
No.
Okay, so what did you think about the Aquaman soundtrack? Did you pay any attention to it?
I didn't really. Wasn't memorable to me.
Oh wow, I loved it, and I loved Bumblebees too.
Was it like orchestral or?
No, just
Okay.
like old songs that we've already heard.
Okay. Okay.
Sort of reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy.
All
When
right.
things would go down, they would throw a song in there that just sort of fit.
They've got a vinyl edition of
Watch
Guardians of
Baby
the
Driver.
Galaxy that's got
I
songs
love
from
Baby Driver.
got songs from both movies on it, and it's like $40. It's so ridiculously overpriced, but I want it.
There's this movie on Netflix. It was a anime remake or real make. Everybody hated it, but I loved the soundtrack in it. Like Death Note.
Mm.
The soundtrack was really good. It was like 80s inspired and stuff. Like I really liked it. Same with like Stranger Things. I think a lot of like the 80s vibe, which is just I think one of a kind.
Get
Oh.
them synths.
Well, go ahead with whatever, Pascal.
No, I was done. You're just like, oh, I'm done.
Well, squirting out that last little bit of ketchup out the bottle's got to be Mr. Zach.
You got a red pen here. Getting it.
Squirt, squirt. Oh, God. Skirt, 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 skirt.
I mean, you have to talk about it that way. Oh God. What did I do? I did more real worldy stuff, I guess, and even that wasn't a whole lot. Video game wise, I don't know if we talked since I streamed a little bit of The Witcher.
Yeah,
no.
we haven't.
We haven't. Yeah, no. Ended up not feeling so hot. Had a huge headache, but didn't go so well to start with. Been a long time since I played that game, and just jumping back into it was rough with everything that you have to do. But I stuck with it and played a couple
was
more
3?
times on my own. Witcher 3, yeah. I've touched 1 before. I haven't ever played 2, but everyone keeps telling me that I need to play through 3. And I spent, I don't know, 6 hours just running around to different question marks.
So you
after
hadn't got
that.
anything done yet.
No, I've got nothing done. I'm done in the second act, and I'm ready to move on to one of the next couple cities. And I'm just doing all the question marks that I can. And yeah, I like the game. It's cool. I like the fighting. I have a hard time because I want to fight everything. So if I'm going from point A to point B and I see a pack of wolves off the road, I'm gonna go kill that shit because I want to kill stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I like the game. I don't like the inventory system at all. I find it just to be.
It is rather
laborious.
clunky. It's
clunky.
outdated. It's very like
it's
early
clunky,
2000s.
It's outdated. It's old. You have to do so much to go and just play the game. It feels like. Oh boy, I've gone out and I've played the game for 30 minutes. Now I have to go back to a town and I have to sell all this stuff and I have to repair all my stuff.
I've got to drag this to dress my guy, put that there and put the arms there. And yeah. So there's a lot of parts about it that I just don't care a lot for, but I like the gameplay of it enough that I'll probably stick with it. I played more Total War because I'm addicted to that game. I haven't touched my High Elf campaign that I'm going to keep streaming with. But I started up a Skaven campaign, and I am, as of tonight, 98 turns into it or something like that, and things are going well. You scratching my back?
Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah. But that's going well. I've eliminated 2 factions from the universe, and yeah, having a good time with that.
Did y'all just see that shit?
What?
Oh my god, nobody saw it. Some goddamn floaty ghost thing like I was telling you about before we started. Just flew up right next to me right here.
Invite the ghost adventurers.
Dude, I'm telling you, somebody had to see that.
Bro, man, there was a light shade object. It wasn't a bug, as you can see.
It was like a
that.
floaty thing. It would and it went
Let
up
me
off
turn
the
the sound down.
No,
I will kill you.
Yeah, I'm out. But there's another one.
Where? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm staring, buddy.
It's not there. It's gone now. No. This is the weirdest shit. What is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with the camera? Why is it doing that?
I'm sure it's the hardware. Oh, I saw it. You got some dust around?
That's gotta be dust or something.
Look at it.
I saw it again. Yeah.
You gotta clean your shit off, man.
Yeah, dude.
What is there to clean off? I'm blowing at the fucking camera. It's mounted on the wall. That was weird. Okay. I'm just saying, I mean, not confirmed. It was definitely there. Could be a ghost. Can't confirm.
Today.
Could be a ghost. The Haunted.
It ran from my breath.
Podcast.
Right.
Confirmed ghosts.
Sorry for fucking interrupting you, but
that's fine. Just rolling with the punches, going with the flow.
It scared me.
The motion of the ocean. Played PUBG with Nugget. Had a pretty good time doing that. Occasionally, got a little upset, but what else are you gonna do when some shit happens? I did get to witness firsthand a person getting banned in the middle of a game, which was interesting.
What?
Yeah, I'm playing with Greg, and we're doing some duos, and this guy wipes us out, and it was real fishy when he killed us. So I sit there, and I'm just spectating the dude, and he is just scoping in with a 6X on an AK, shooting 500-600 meters away, full auto, through trees, no line of sight, killing people. So I continue to watch him just because, I don't know, why not? And it gets down to the final 7 people, and up where the kill feed is, pops up and says, this player's name is like DNOK something, has been removed from the game. And we get back out into the lobby, and it pops up on Greg's and says that one of your reports has had action taken against it, and this person, DNOK, whatever, has been temporarily banned pending further review of their game footage. So that was kind of cool. I've never seen anything like that before.
Nice.
Yeah. Did I play any other games? I don't think so. We've talked since I played Call of Duty Black Ops 3, right? For a while. No?
Didn't know you were playing.
Oh, yeah. Me and McKenna sat down the other weekend and played a couple hours of Black Ops 3. I mean, it's Call of Duty, I guess, with jetpacks. Like,
Oh, you didn't do traditional and make them turn it off?
Mm-mm. I did not. We just played straight up team deathmatch, the regular kind. And like I felt like I was doing pretty good, getting like 20 kills a game. But each team, every game had some guy who was like 45 kills, and I don't even understand how that's freaking possible.
I do remember that. I think we
Okay,
did
so
talk
yeah,
about
so I did
that.
talk
Yeah.
about that. All my days mashed together.
Oh, I hear you.
Then I did two cool things this past weekend. On Sunday night, I went out in the freezing fucking cold. It was like negative 16 degrees outside. We
Naked
busted out the
snow
telescope
angels. Oh.
and we checked out the blood moon with the telescope.
Oh,
So
nice.
that was pretty cool. It was actually, so we drive out to where I went to high school in the band parking lot out there and set it up because it was sort of darkish, not really, but it was open ground. And bust the telescope out and down there
Busted
looking.
the telescope out.
And this random dude walks up behind us while we're looking and is just like, hey, I'm not a bad guy. I'm just a concerned neighbor who's really into this kind of stuff. And just hangs out with us in his fucking pajama pants and checks out the blood moon. And turns out he's in some local band that tours around the country and shit.
He was a swinger. He
Mhm.
was looking to recruit you guys.
Right.
Was it Junior?
It was not-
Junior.
So that was cool. Looking at the moon was cool. McKenna got some good pictures out of the telescope and all that kind of jazz. And then I also went and saw the Four Horsemen Metallica cover band on Saturday night. Oh, holy shit. They were
Yeah.
fucking good. They just shredded the entire time.
Awesome.
Apparently, they're the only album quality Metallica cover band in the whole country.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
So
They're the only ones who actually play. They don't fuck up, basically. Just everything is played exactly to album
You
standards.
got one job. Don't fuck it up.
They stuck around and played like a full half an hour after their set was supposed to be over, and it was my first experience with a mosh pit.
Aha.
So we were the border of the mosh pit. So I was just tossing all those drunk fucks back in there.
Back in, yeah.
Yeah. But that was awesome. It was a good night. Went to a new Mexican restaurant and had some Mexican before we went over there, and because the Chinese place I wanted to go to was closed because of the weather. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. I think everyone's talked about, let's see, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you guys haven't watched that, the new season started back up through NBC. You can watch the whole series on Hulu, and it's 100% worth it. Show's hilarious. I started watching AP Bio, another show that's on Hulu. It's got Dennis from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He plays a disgraced Harvard, philosophy professor that goes to Toledo, Ohio to teach high school, and obviously teaches AP Bio and doesn't teach anything and tries to get all the kids to help him get revenge on the person who took his tenured spot at Harvard.
What's this called?
AP Bio.
Oh my.
It is incredibly funny. I'm in love with that show. I hadn't heard anything about it. We just decided to turn it on, and I can't stop laughing at that show. Patton Oswalt is the principal of the school, and yeah, you guys should check that one out too. Yeah, Sparky knows what I'm talking about.
I was sad. I wanted to watch The League the other day, and it's no longer on Netflix.
Oh no!
What?
You should watch AP Bio instead. Just as good. Right? It's so funny. That one super nerdy girl in the class cracks me up. I steal. Getting caught's the fun part.
Huh.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like I did some chores around the house. I hung up some of that plastic sheeting shit on all the windows to try to hold some of the heat in. Put that curtain up in front of the kitchen so that 48 degrees doesn't come into the rest of the house.
That's the kitchen behind you?
That's the kitchen behind me. That portal.
Fuck that cold.
Okay, it's a kitchen behind me too.
Hell yeah.
I mean, technically, I have a kitchen behind me. You just have to look through the wall, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you have a bathroom behind you.
Actually, Miriam's room.
Anywhere's a bathroom.
True. I mean, I just went just now.
Right here. I was cold, now I'm warm.
For a little bit, and then you're just gonna
Then
get
you're
real cold
cold
again. But yeah, that's all I got. I haven't done anything cool, unfortunately.
Okay, so
Some new games need to release. I know that.
new games need to come out, and just news
I
in
need
general.
to play through. Actually, one thing that's on my list to do this week is to play through the Resident Evil 2 one-shot demo.
I've heard some pretty interesting things about that.
Pascal was telling me that it's going to be a great game, and they changed how Resident Evil plays, and I'm just not convinced that it's going to be fun. But I'm going to go for it.
Everybody that played the original and played the newest one, they play the demo. The demo's out on the console right now. Resident Evil.
But you can only play it once.
You can play it as many times as you want, but you only have half an hour to play it.
Okay. It changes the way you play. However, everything that I've heard about it is that no, it's not just like the old game, but it's a very faithful adaptation, and it's still really fun. So
Yeah, I've got it downloaded. I just need to play it.
do it. I'm excited to hear. How's Nintendo Switch's online service doing?
I haven't checked it out. That thing, unfortunately, is just kind of gathering dust for me. I will say, they added Nintendo to the Humble store.
Ooh.
So you can get what looks to be just first-party games for the Switch and the 3DS on the Humble store. Nothing's on sale or anything like that, but you can buy it through there and get your discount or use your credit or whatever. And it makes me wonder if they might not start opening it up into actual bundles at some point.
Probably. I mean, they're just generating a code that you put in, right?
Yeah, they're just generating a code you put in. I'm real curious about where this is going to go. I'm also really want to play the Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, because I've heard that's a really good series.
I'm interested in getting the Nintendo online service simply for the... it's not really like... I guess it's kind of like the NES Classic. It's like the classic games. They have an ever-evolving, apparently, list of games that are available just as long as you're a member of the service. And I want to play Punch Out and shit.
I love Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know if it was doing any better for you, or if they ever fixed. I don't think they fixed that Mario Party game or whichever one you were bitching about.
Nope, I haven't seen any news about that, so I haven't really played much of it. I haven't picked up Smash because I hear the online's garbage.
Really?
It's just so it's the only game where you can have 4 people who queued up for different things getting a game together. You can pick what you want to play, but it will just randomly match you with anybody else that's looking for the game. So people who want pure Smash, like competitive style with no items and you know what I mean, will get matched up in games where they have all the items.
That's stupid.
Right? They just are really flopping on their online stuff like that. One thing I didn't talk about because I forgot that it even happened. I got McKenna Spyro, the Spyro collection for Christmas. That's actually a lot of fun. She's beaten the first one. I had to come in and do some of the harder missions. So like there's flying missions where you have to collect so many things, blast so many things with your flames in X amount of time. So I got to do some of those and some other fun racetrack things. But I will say the difference between Spyro and the Crash remakes is amazing. Like I find Crash incredibly hard to play. It just doesn't feel smooth. And granted, I have that on the Switch, but I don't think it should really matter that much. But Spyro on the Xbox is silky. The controls are responsive. The game plays well. The frame rate's solid. If you haven't ever played them before, I would even recommend still getting it. I hope they remake Gex. Do you remember the Gecko? Gex, the secret agent Gecko game adventure.
Hell
game?
yeah!
Hell yeah!
No.
You could even snowboard in one of them.
You could even snowboard in one of them. That's the game I'm ready for them to remake.
And in space, I think you were in space in one part. Yep.
I remember Earthworm Jim.
Oh, I remember Earthworm Jim. That was one of my favorite games of all time.
Speaking of games, Xbox Live Gold, if you have it, there are obviously 3 games right now available for free. WRC6, I don't really care. It's a racing game. Far Cry 2, it's an old-ass Xbox 360 game. But the only one worth mentioning and why I bring this up is Celeste, which is free right now until the 31st. Actually was a Game of the Year award contender. It's one of those 2D cell shaded looking, I don't know. I haven't played it, but I've seen nothing but good things about it. Supposedly has a great soundtrack, great visuals, and great gameplay. It's kind of a trifecta. It was up there in the awards, the video game awards ceremony with Red Dead Redemption and Spider-Man and God of War, so it can't be that bad, and it's free right now, so get your shit.
So when you say free till the 31st, like then if you don't play it by the 31st, it's gone?
No.
Or
If you
just mean
download
it's
it,
going to start over.
if you download it between now and then, you own it. If you do not, then you'll have to pay for it.
Have any of you all ever played Shadow of Colossus?
Yep. On the PlayStation
Unfortunately,
2.
no.
So PlayStation 2. So what is the one that's out like recently for PlayStation 4?
That is a complete remaster, like a remake. Like they did everything. Like it's like straight to the core is the same and everything, but the graphics and all the stuff, they got like heavily improved, and it's not like just new textures. Like, it's like the game is basically designed the same way, but just like it's awesome. So you could get the PlayStation 2 game, I guess, if you want to save some bucks, but it still is the same game in that matter.
I was just reading the back of it, and it seemed pretty interesting. And from what I was looking at, it looked pretty interesting too.
Like, it's amazing. Like, I actually wanted to pick that up again for the PS4 because it's really good. Like, it's kind of the design of the game. It's not very colorful, I guess, but the giants in that game, or the colossuses, like how you beat them or do stuff with them, I guess, is completely different. Like, everything behaves different, and just like nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You will not see any game that does anything of that scale of an enemy or monster or whatever you call it. It's awesome. Very atmospheric too.
Okay.
So
cool.
Definitely a recommended buy if you are interested in it.
So it's been a while since I'd laughed on PUBG, and Zach and Shy and I were playing, and Shy, we all got stuck up in this room. First of all, I think every one of us went down outside of this building, which was already, starting to piss us off, but then somehow we got stuck in the top of this building in the same room, and the room was so small, and we had a team coming around like all different angles at us. And so Shy decides he's going to run out the window of the building, and before he even gets like out of the jumping animation, he's just mowed over with bullets and killed instantly out on this balcony. So then we hear everybody rushing us because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, no, Zach and I were still up. And
we were still up
room.
hiding in that little room.
Yeah, so one guy runs by and we both just unload and we kill him. Well, then a second guy comes by, and I think at that point he downs Zach, misses me completely, and I'm like in front of him somehow. Zach's I think even in a closet. Like somehow the dude like got past me, or all the rounds went past me and got him. And I've for some reason just thought I only heard 2 people come up there. So I rushed the dude because I know now he's in the corner and he's low on ammo or having to reload. I come around the corner and he's got a fucking Molotov in his hand, and I'm like, oh shit. So I shoot him and I down him, and it hits the ground and starts catching everything on fire. I get shot in the back and killed by a third person on their team who had made it up there, but the fucking flames killed both of them. So the down Molly, dude, I don't think we've laughed so hard in a long ever since the Gorillas of the Mist, I believe.
I don't know, man. We laughed pretty hard. That was the same night too, where we dropped in the hacienda, and we go through 2 rooms. Me and TJ together, 2 rooms. All we come out with that is a flashbang. So this guy opens the door right when TJ goes, I got a flashbang, and he flashbangs this dude, blinds the shit out of this guy. Like, it blew up right in this guy's face. The guy's walking backwards and his arms like up over his face and he can't see. And I'm like, go punch him, because we didn't have anything. So we go rushing through this door. The door behind the dude swings open. Don't even know if it was that guy's team. And this dude just has the over-under shotty and just plow, plow, and tags me, lights me up, and then tags TJ and lights him up and kills both of us just with one blast as we're running to punch this dude.
That dude was. We were going to punch a guy to death.
Oh, yeah, we were.
And that was a pretty good laugh. Trying to think of just I want to bring some funny moments from PUBG, because I feel like Battlefield and stuff like that, we always get into some kind of shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
There was a good timing for us to bring Shy into our team. We had ran a duo, and Zach's just hauling ass on this motorcycle. We're trying to get in zone, and he slams on the brakes, and the motorcycle just does a front flip and kills both of us instantly in the middle of the road.
Like, I just like my dude's just like, yeah, front brake, that's all we need here. And he just launches us. We fly so far. And then a little dingy buggy comes driving up behind us in our wreckage. They clearly had to watch me just biff it.
Oh, and I think the only other one I had was Shy and I were fighting a guy, and I thought he was in the building that was in front of me. I throw a grenade in. I don't cook it. I just throw it in there. And next thing you know, I hear him, and he was actually in the building behind me, but I guess he didn't hear the grenade, and he saw Shy run by the building. I threw the grenade in. So he ran down out of his building, opened up the door, ran into the building I threw the grenade in, opens the door and runs into the room that the grenade's actually in and gets killed by it. Like,
wow,
horrible timing for him. Like, I literally just chucked it in there, and it took him, whatever, grenade, 8 seconds before it goes off if you don't pull the pin. So I just stood in there, and he just runs out of the building, runs in. He's like, I'm going to kill these 2 fools. I know exactly.
Hello? Can you hear me?